Hey, you may have seen my earlier Movierama where I gave you 30 movies to figure out what they were, little short clips after name the movie. This is the same thing, but this is one I did about 10 years ago. So DVDs existed and the film quality is a lot better. Still pretty bad though, so be easy on me. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before. I'm gonna have 10 easy movies, then 10 more difficult movies, then 10 hard movies, and if you get them right, then you're cool and you get boasting cred, and I'll buy you a drink or something if you meet me at a convention. Here's the first movie.
Got something for you.
Ah! Woo! Let's go!
Hello? Hello?
3, 2, 1.
So that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is still terrific after all these years. So much better than the new versions. And I'm not really in the cult of the old. Only old movies are good. There's plenty of excellent new movies. I kind of wish that people didn't do so many remakes, because why not just do something new if you're going, especially if it's going to be so much different. Anyway, you may notice a lot of the movies in this Movierama are the same as I did in the original one 35 years ago. Deal with it.
7. I don't believe it!
Of spades. Queen of spades. 4 of hearts. 8 of spades. 2 of spades. Jack of diamonds. Jack of clubs.
3, 2, 1.
This was a scene from The Evil Dead, which is still my favorite Sam Raimi movie. Really chilled me. I love the scene where the ghost sees the future. I mean, it's just everything about this movie is like makes me happy. Next. You can tell this is third one is a Japanese movie. It is in fact Ringu. Even though the same director did the American remake called The Ring, I still like the original one better. I think because the ghost in the original Ringu only appears with a purpose, and in the later American one, the ghost seems to do things just to be spooky, ooh, which seems kind of dumb. I think the ghost should have a reason to do things. I always like a monster with a purpose. On to the next.
3, 2, 1.
There it is, folks. The most famous horror sting in history, from The Creature of the Black Lagoon. Dun dun dun! Dun dun dun! And seeing that claw is especially awesome because earlier in the movie, you see a fossil of that same hand. I actually have a duplicate of that fossil in my house, which I'm very proud of. So yeah, The Creature of the Black Lagoon. As I'm sure you're aware, humans did not evolve straight from fish, so it's completely bogus. But that's okay because it's great.
God, what the hell happened here?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, this scene is from The Thing, which is still an amazing film. It probably is my favorite of John Carpenter's movies. I mean, I like a lot of things he did, but man, The Thing really stands out. I saw it at the Dundrakon convention in a theater near it. I left the convention where we were selling things, and I went and watched the movie, and boy, was I glad I did. On to the next one. Yeah, here we are, From Dusk Till Dawn. It is my favorite movie associated with Quentin Tarantino, and if you happen to own the DVD, he does a really, really good commentary on it, in which you get to see a lot of insights into how Mr. Tarantino thinks. I don't always like his movies, but I like the same kind of movies he likes, and his heart's in the right place. Okay, next movie.
Three, two, one.
So, yeah, this is obviously Alien. I know I'm repeating a lot of the same movies from the first Movierama. It is what it is. I guess 10 years ago I wasn't that different from how I was 35 years ago. Next.
Three, two, one.
Movie number 8 in the first 10, and this is The Phantom of the Opera. It's actually a silent movie. I mean, I know there's music, but, no one speaks. And this scene was in color in the original movie. You don't see a lot of 1925 movies that are in color. And, of course, the whole movie's not in color, just this scene. I think they wanted the masked ball to be as impressive as possible. And, man, the Phantom, that's the Phantom, by the way, in the red with the skull mask. What a great costume. Next.
Three, two, one.
Well, hopefully the music alone got this across, but this is, of course, Halloween, one of the greatest slasher movies of all time. Really, since it, no slasher movie has come even close. Thank you, Mustafa Akkad, for presenting it to us, even though we really give credit to John Carpenter. Next.
Look, Major, I'm sorry about the pilot, but that was no false alarm, believe
Come
me.
off it, Mitch. You've done enough harm with your flying battleship. Just let
Just
it...
a moment, Miss Caldwell.
Three, two, one.
This is from the film The Giant Claw, which is one of the stupidest but most fun giant monster movies of all time. Nothing can prepare you for The Giant Claw. My brother Eric, I was showing it to him before he sadly passed away. He was sitting in the chair and I put on the movie, and there's a scene about 20 minutes in when you finally see the claw, and when he saw the claw, his eyes bugged out, his jaw dropped, and he stood up and he stomped around his chair, yelling imprecations at the movie for being so ridiculous. And then he sat down and said, okay, I'm good, let's watch it. And he loved it. And that was his quote, "Nothing can prepare you for The Giant Claw. It is so bad, it's great."
Three, two, one.
This is a scene from Demons. Now, Mario Bava, whom I love, had a son, Lamberto Bava, and this is his best movie. It might really be his only good movie. I really, really liked it, but everything else he does falls a little short. It's possible I'm expecting too much from him because he's Mario Bava's son, but, whatever. Oh, by the way, now we're in the medium difficulty one, so if you didn't get it, don't feel bad. Next, medium difficulty.
Three, two, one.
What you just saw was the best vampire movie ever made, Nosferatu. That's my opinion, I'm sticking to it. Notice the coffins carried down the street? Because the vampire has literally brought the Black Death to town. The vampire is treated like a disease, which is a really good take on vampirism, I think. That's really how it should be. It is a disease. Next.
Got the wrong guy. It's a mistake, kid. Shut up, you're making a mistake. Shut the fuck up.
Three, two, one.
Number 3 of the medium difficulty ones. This is Dagon. It's another great Lovecraft adaptation. It's actually more an adaptation of Shadow over Innsmouth, not Dagon. But hey, you know, Shadow over Innsmouth is a long title and Dagon is short, and so, you know, it kind of works. The third of the 3 great Lovecraft movies of that decade, which are, of course, Reanimator, From Beyond, and Dagon. Next.
Evil is amongst us. Stay back, boy. This calls for divine intervention.
3, 2, 1.
This is Dead Alive. This is probably the best zombie movie between Lucio Fulci's Zombie and then Wreck from Spain. It's my favorite Peter Jackson movie. I like it more than the Lord of the Rings movies. I mean, I like the Lord of the Rings, but this is really something. On to the next sort of obscure movie.
Did you get crazy in your head? How am I supposed to know? Tell me. Look me in the eyes. Are you looking? I'm gonna pull this duct tape off. You make any unnecessary noises, I'm gonna whack you. Do you understand? Huh? Did you kill anybody last night? How am I supposed to know? Tell me. Where did you go?
3, 2, 1.
This was The Signal, and it's one of the best films about insanity. In the end, you realize that the heroes are insane too, but they're trying to deal with it and live and be happy inside their insanity, and it's not treated as they've lost. It's treated as they have found their happiness. It's a really interesting low-budget movie. It's not a zombie movie, but you can see, like, that guy there, he knows he's not crazy, except maybe he is, and he's talking to her about if she's crazy, and then you look at that weapon he's made, and you're just like, he has giant blades out of a gun. How is he not crazy? Well, the fact is he is probably crazy, and that's how the movie is. Everyone is kind of falling apart. Next movie. That scene is from The Curse of Frankenstein, which was Hammer's first foray into Gothic horror, which started a whole bunch of great horror movies from England. One thing I really like about their Frankenstein series is they treat the doctor as the star, not the monster. In the Universal movies, each movie they kill the monster, then they bring him back for the next one. Well, in the Hammer ones, each movie they kill the doctor and they bring him back, or he escapes death, really, for the next one to build a new monster. So it's really excellent. Peter Cushing is so good in these, in all of them, except for Horror of Frankenstein, which replaces Peter Cushing with Ralph Bates for some reason. And Ralph Bates isn't necessarily terrible, but he's kind of a pretty boy. He's not a good Victor Frankenstein. And Peter Cushing is a good Victor Frankenstein. Ice water in his veins. He's fabulous. Okay, next.
Let's get out of here. Look, please. That the Portuguese? Yeah, but let's go. Let's get out of here.
3, 2, 1.
And this is Cannibal Holocaust. This is the better of the two good Italian cannibal movies, which I qualify as Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox. I can't really recommend it with a good conscience because it's so sleazy, but man, it made a big impact on me. The other one is Cannibal Ferox, like I said. One of the things I like about it is that it features Peter Morgan, who is awesome to see be killed in or maybe it's Daniel Morgan. It's not his real name. His actual name is like Giovanni Radice or something. He's great, and he gets killed horribly in all his movies, and he gets killed horribly in Cannibal Ferox. But this was Cannibal Holocaust, and so if you want to see an Italian cannibal movie, and you only want to see one, this is probably the one, and after you see it, you'll know if you want to see more, and probably you won't, but you'll have seen the best one. On to the next movie.
1.
Okay, that really exciting scene you just saw is from the movie House, one of the great haunted house movies of all time. And I won't say any more about it, except I really liked it, and I think you will too. Next.
Sir? Pardon me. Sir, excuse me. I can't find the way out.
The other dog.
The book!
3, 2, 1.
This is Inferno. Now, my son and I have an ongoing argument about whether Suspiria or Inferno is a better movie. I kind of hold out for Inferno, but I think my son has kind of won the argument overall with his defense of Suspiria. But you don't need to choose. Watch both. Now, you could watch the new Suspiria remake if you want, but I recommend seeing the original first because I always recommend seeing the original first. That includes John Carpenter's The Thing. You should see Howard Hawks' Thing first.
The local people believe that one way or another, she had murdered her benefactor. She lived a life of complete solitude in the empty house, though some say that the house was not empty and never has been since the night old Miss Abby died. They say that whatever there was, and still is, in the house, eventually drove the companion mad. We do know she hanged herself.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, this is a scene from one of the opening scenes, actually, from the movie The Haunting, which is, and this is all I'll say, it is the best haunted house movie ever made. Hands down. That's it. That's the one. Now on to the hard movies.
Bring about a pattern.
Well, see it?
Well, no. No straight line, no curve, nothing.
Wait.
This, for some reason, I have two scenes with the giant claw. So that's the giant claw again. I think I put it in because I love that scene, because when you watch it, you realize that any 5 dots can be connected to a spiral. He says, look, there's 5 dots. It's a spiral. Any 5 dots can be a spiral. So it's so stupid, and they're treating it like it's a genius thing, and it just makes the whole movie even stupider, which is hard to believe because it's stupid to begin with. But hey, whatever. I wonder why I put giant claw in there twice. I guess I just love the giant claw. Next.
Right in my spider web. And now the spider gets to give the bug a big sting.
3, 2, 1.
This is Spider Baby, which is a cheap movie made clear back in the early 60s, and one of the best horror comedies of all time. But this scene isn't really comic, but it's kind of like, what if the Addams Family was real and they weren't just funny and harmless, but they were actually deadly killers? And that's what this is, Spider Baby. It does feature spiders, but they're not big, they're little spiders. And they don't kill anyone, they're just, spiders. In fact, spiders get killed in it because they get eaten. Not for real, I'm pretty sure it's fake, not really eating spiders, so if you're an animal rights activist, you don't need to get too worried. Next.
What's that?
Can't you see? Well, that's old Petersen rock. I sure wouldn't want that to fall on me. I sure wouldn't.
I don't like this.
3, 2, 1.
This is the third of my hard movies. I've shown bad movies by Herschel Gordon Lewis and talked about them. This is the closest Herschel Gordon Lewis gets to a good movie. It's 2000 Maniacs. And I love this scene where the guy is saying, "That's old Teeter and Rock. Sure wouldn't want that to fall on me." So you can kind of tell what's going to happen. It's not really torture because, like, she's squished by a giant rock. And that's not really very, I mean, it's not good, but it doesn't torture you. But, well, whatever. They do some other scenes with some little more torturing things. Not that I need a movie to have torturing things, you understand. Just saying, 2000 Maniacs. There it is. On to the next.
Three, two, one.
Okay, that's The Deadly Spawn. Now, this is one of my favorite alien invasion movies. I really like alien invasion movies where the alien horror isn't sentient, but is a mindless killer, like this. And this has the extra bonus that the characters in it are never dumb. Now, they make mistakes, they freak out, they take actions based on incomplete information, but they don't do just plain dumb things. When someone does something, you're not saying, "What a numbnuts, why is he going in there?" You're saying, "Don't go in there!" But you know the character doesn't realize why they shouldn't go in there. So it's not really their fault. Whereas in most horror movies, it's like, "What an idiot, I wouldn't be killed in these." But in The Deadly Spawn, they might get you because the main characters are not dumb. Next.
Three, two, one.
This movie has a million names. It's all known as The Seven Brothers Meet Dracula, The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. It's my son's favorite movie. It's Hammer's last film. They link it with Shaw Brothers to pull off kung fu combined with horror. So, like, has Peter Cushing as Van Helsing in it, and it has kung fu vampires, and it's a delight. I really like this movie. If you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat, especially if you like kung fu and vampires and things like that, because it's great. There's also an army of zombies, and Chinese zombies, you have to hit them in the heart to kill them, so now you know. Next.
Who's there?
Three, two, one.
This is Planet of the Vampires. Despite the name, it has no vampires. It does have alien parasites, though. This is one of the two movies that I hid under the seat in the movie theater when I watched. The other one was Day of the Triffids. This is also one of my two favorite science fiction movies of all time. The other one is Quatermass in the Pit, if you're curious. So Planet of the Vampires, Quatermass in the Pit, both have horror elements and both are great science fiction that make you think.
Three, two, one.
This is Tombs of the Blind Dead, which I love. I won't go into it in great detail because I have a whole video called Creating a New Classic Monster, which is about this movie and its sequels, and you can go watch that on your own time. On to number 8.
That healed right nicely.
Three, two, one.
This is Motel Hell, and one of the things I like about Motel Hell is that the rural bad guys are not rednecks, they're actually new age hippies. They've got it all worked out. We're solving two problems at once: overpopulation and lack of food. They're holistic. but, you know, Motel Hell. Incidentally, the place actually is called Motel Hell because the O, Motel Hello, but it looks like on the sign is burned out, so it looks like it's really... Anyway, I like this movie. I think you will like it. I own a stuffed doll of the farmer in it with a chainsaw. He doesn't use a chainsaw to kill people, but he has a chainsaw because it's a good thing on a farm. Next.
Akiko! Akiko! Akiko?
3, 2, 1.
This is Matango, Fungus of Terror. It's again a true horror in that the fungus monsters, though you see them here and they're shooting at them, they aren't really the threat. That's not the thing that's going to get you. It's also one of the best versions and one of the only versions of a William Hope Hodgson story. It's from Japan. It's actually in Michael Medved's book of bad movies as a stupid monster because he says there's mushroom people. And there sort of is mushroom people, but the movie actually isn't bad. And the mushroom people, like I said, they aren't actually trying to get you. They just exist. But there is something that's going to get you, and it's bad. One of the other things I like about it is there's this big wrecked ship, and it's so beautifully done. It's a great, I don't know if it's a model or a real set, but it's really cool. I just love shipwrecks, so that's cool. Next movie, The Last of the 10.
Crazy, get the battery! Eat this, bastard!
3, 2, 1.
I hope you liked what you saw there. It was dubbed. Sorry about that. That is Bio-Zombie, which is my favorite Hong Kong zombie movie. Not that there's a lot to choose from, but this is a very Hong Kong horror movie in that it's got humor. It's got not kung fu exactly, but lots of action. It all takes place in a Hong Kong indoors mall. It has two really good actors in it who've been in other Hong Kong movies, mostly not horror movies. Sam Lee is one of them. And anyway, I recommend Bio-Zombie. And now we have one last thing, but it's not really a quiz. It's just for fun because... Nothing can prepare you for the giant claw. I just can't get enough of the giant claw, so I showed it again. What a movie. If you're getting the idea that Giant Claw is a bad movie that you need to see, you are correct. Giant Claw is a bad movie that you need to see. Subscribe and buy my stuff. And while my stuff right now is kind of limited in the extent of what I'm selling, there's still stuff there. Pretty soon there's going to be a lot more stuff, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Watch the skies, as they say in Howard Hawks' The Thing from Another World.